Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my FIFA 13 challenge series, where we'll be using a full silver squad to use a different challenge in every single match. So as you can see, we have played one game. We drew that, unfortunately. If you've missed that, then the link will be in the description for episode 1, or take a look on my videos page. But as you can see, this is the team we will be using. We've got a full championship silver squad, very, very good indeed, very pacey. And our upcoming opponent here is, well, it's not a very good team. I mean, his chemistry is terrible, but obviously he's just starting out. We are in Division 5, and he's got some good players there. Well, obviously there was a Barcelona player there. I think it was Tello, maybe. I don't know. That's probably wrong, or maybe Pedro. I think it was Pedro. Anyway, into this game, the target, or the kind of challenge, should I say, it's the challenge series, will be having to attempt to do 5 passes every time before we were able to take a shot to score. So, when I say that, it might sound like a quite easy task, but if you keep in mind about how often you play a through ball to your teammate and, then run on and then go on and score, we couldn't do that. So I guess a good example of that would be here. We're running down the wing. You'd have a shot here. You wouldn't take 5 passes, but that's what we've got to do here. We've got to fire it across goal here for the 5th pass, and fortunately we are able to convert that chance. So that was in 5 chances, and that was kind of like an overly complicated move, in the sense you wouldn't do that unless it was, obviously, you were aiming to do this. So as you can see, we're 1-0 up then. Fortunately, in that last game, it didn't go too well, and I was very relieved to score after we had all those shots in that first game. It was nice to finally see that we could score then. So as you can see, we're just passing it around. We've got to do that. We've got to get the 5 passes every single time. And if you're wondering, I did decide that, for example, a pass from a corner doesn't count as 1 pass, only when it's actually in play does it count. And also that goes for like throw-ins, for example, isn't a pass, and so on. So that, if you're wondering why I might have done, 1 more pass than necessary, that's the reason behind that then. We do get another chance then here in the 20th minute. Unfortunately, though, it looks like we were able to convert that, but I think it was Dalayet that it fell the chance for, who's obviously, I think he's only 67 rated or something. He's very, very quick. The Manchester United right back, I do believe he is. Left back, should I? No, right back. I think he's a right back. So as you can see, we're still, we've got all the ball here. He hasn't really had any chances in this whole game. And we've got we've got some very, very good players in here. Bryson here, for example, who, if you were just building a team, I don't think you'd pick him, simply because he's not even a rare silver player. But he's got, I think, 70 pace, and that's kind of what we're doing. And he builds up the chemistry in the team. And as you can see, he claims our 2nd goal. It was nicely taken, a very well worked move. I think after the game, my opponent sent me a message asking me why I kept passing it around and didn't just take all my chances. I think there's a very good example of one where I've just got to turn back because haven't completed the 5 passes. So, these challenges are going to get a lot harder, not just because the challenge itself will be harder, but also because we'll be coming up against much stronger team. As you saw, this wasn't a bad team we came up against to be in Division 5, to have 3 gold players. Overfame Martins, have some, fairly decent players. But it wasn't obviously the greatest because he's only just started. But, we are getting more and more chances, though. There's a good example how Defonso had to turn back. We were able to whip in the cross. And unfortunately, the header didn't beat the goalkeeper. It was a bit tame in the end, to be honest. But as you can see, at half-time then, it is 2-0 to us. Our club name is just at my RWBZF, our YouTube channel name here. So, he hasn't had any chances. I think he might have had 1, actually. Or maybe he had 1 more that I have edited out, simply because, it's a stretch of the imagination to call it a chance, to be honest. This guy didn't really have much. It was just me. I had all the ball, and he did, I'm not saying he didn't have the ball. He did, but he wasn't able to do anything with it, to be honest. So, also I should mention one more thing about this 5 passes and the whole challenge here we've got going. We're not allowed, for example, if we get tackled, then that is a pass that we're not. We have to restart the 5 passes. If our opponent touches this ball. So we've got to, I've just kind of going too fast with too slow with my commentary. That was a penalty there, and no, we're not allowed to get the 5 passes. We didn't do 5 passes. It starts again from from the reset of play kind of thing. So we had to miss that, unfortunately, simply because it we didn't do the 5 passes, and that's simple as. So we've got to start again there. And this is a very, very well taken goal indeed by Wilfried Zaha. We've got so many good players in this team. It's unbelievable. Well, in the attacking positions especially, I mean, our midfield is fairly solid, should I say. As you can see, we've got Gomes there, who's a good player. I think we've got Ep.2, we've got Bryson, who I mentioned before, and we've got some other good players in there as well. But I mean, it's not like the attacking host of players that we've got. We've got so many players. I mean, we've got Beckford, Delfonso, Fraser, Campbell. We've got Zaha, Phillips, Bolese from Crystal Palace as well, who I think's played this game, but I mean, he wasn't in the first game. So we had so many good players out. But as you can see, we're still getting a lot more chances. But this game, you know, it is kind of all over, if you like. We're 3-0 up here. There's only 5 minutes left, and we do get a corner. So that does mean we're going to have to restart from our 5 passes, even though we were already at the 5 pass stage. But we've got to keep going. Start again, should I say. So as you can see, McEachran here is another player I left out in the midfield players. And Baptiste gets our final shot of the game then. Unfortunately, he wasn't even able to get it on target. But he is a centre-back, so we'll let him off there. But I think I probably would have been very annoyed with that if we weren't 3-0 up. But as you can see then, in our second game, we get the 3 points. So that means we have got 4 points. Our record is 1-1-0. We have 8 games left. So we've got lots and lots of games left. So we should be able to get out of this division fairly simply. If you have any ideas for this for challenges in this challenge series, be sure to leave them in the comments, and I do hope you've enjoyed this episode.